This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com.
This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the internet. Of course, you are joined by Raheem Architect Soto, one half of the Urban Conservative. Shouts out to my twin brother, Dual Ali, on the Rizzo, headed up to Greensboro to put in some work, It's Tuesday morning, got to put that work in, got to get to work. Hope everybody's well. Hope all is well. Of course, head over to the website, tuconservative.com. Get yourself a membership. You can learn more about what we do, learn more about our background of what we got going on. Join the website. $10 for the Hamilton plan for the year. And you get to be a part of an awesome website. We got a great blog running over there, great news feed running over there. And of course, we got film projects out. Shouts out to everybody out in Rocky Mount that supports the Rocky Mount story, the doc we put out. And of course, our upcoming docuseries, The Elephant in the Room, where we're going to be talking about our journey to conservatism and our viewpoints on certain things. And, looking at other people's point of view, other conservatives from, a very, very diverse background over the course of the next month. So definitely got some interesting stuff going on over there on the website. And, I hope everybody's good. I'm off camera today. I didn't feel like being on camera because my brother wasn't here. Right? So we're going to rock like this morning. And I know y'all see the title. Yes, Cornel. Well, you know what? I'm not even going. I'm going to take a point of personal privilege this morning. Hold on. Let me kill this music. I'm going to take a point of personal privilege this morning. We got a very, very amazing slate of candidates out here in Suffolk County. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, I live up here in New York, and I live in a town called Southampton Town up here in Suffolk County. And, I'm involved. I know what's going on here. And I support my local GOP, and I support what they're doing. I support the efforts of our county chairman to make this party more accessible to people, to get more people involved. I support my local candidates. We tell y'all so many times how important local elections are because they have the most impact on your life. There's no simpler way to put that. I understand with Biden and, and stuff of that nature, but the local elections have the most impact, the most direct impact, the most immediate impact in most circumstances on your life. So here in New York, we have an amazing slate of candidates for my town. I live in the town of Southampton, like I said, and I got to give a quick, just a point of privilege for myself for the morning show, the shameless plug for the candidates that we're working with here on the East End, trying to get our, Republicans elected. But shouts out to Cindy McNamara and her family. Shouts out to Rick, of course, running for Southampton Town Council, an incumbent. Bill Parrish, look, we got an amazing slate of candidates, some, incumbents, and then our trustees, which is very, very important. I learned something very interesting talking to Mark last night about what the trustees manage. Very, very interesting stuff when you find out some of the historical natures of some of the cities you live in. And then of course, this is a humongous race for us up here in New York. This county executive seat is huge for us. We have an amazing candidate in Ed Romaine, Brookhaven town supervisor. And you know, hopefully we'll have everybody on the show and then I could give y'all the whole rundown. But I need y'all to tap into these people's websites if you're out here in Suffolk County, and you really want to see what these candidates are talking about and what platform they're standing on. You really need to check these folks out. So I had to take that point of personal privilege this morning to, you know, promote our guys and gals. So there you go, Southampton town candidates and our county candidates. You know, this is what we're doing up here. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, I don't have any nice. You know how usually you just say, "Oh, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything nice at all." Right? You know how that saying. Y'all heard that saying before. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Right? I don't. He has on a suit. You know, he has on a suit. I'll say that. That's nice to say. He has on a suit. But Cornel, my nickname for him is Mr. Cornel, the Nutbag West. Right? He says some incredibly nutty things, and he has outdone himself this time in light of these terror attacks on Israel. Right, on innocent civilians by terrorists. I don't know what part of he don't understand about Hamas being terrorists. I don't know what part. He might think in his mind that these are nice guys, or that somehow he's gonna have his intellectual capacity is gonna have him a seat at the table where he can express the black diaspora to Hamas while they yell "Death to America." I don't know if that's what's going on in that noodle up there. I don't know what's going on in that gelatinous mass between his head. I don't have no clue. I have no idea. But he's outdone himself this time. Like Hamas, right? This is Cornel West's statement. Like Hamas, both America and Israel have blood on their hands. That is the viewpoint of prominent civil rights activist and former Harvard Divinity School philosophy professor Cornel West, who on Sunday seemed to justify the terror group's monstrous operation, which saw the deaths and kidnappings of hundreds of men and women. And we've seen these images on social media, but he's calling this a form of resistance to oppression. This is Cornel West's words here. So West, who is running as a 2024 presidential candidate, which is, I don't know, futile, not under the Democratic Party, but the People's Party, offered his response to the media request to him, his aim during the current conflict if he were president. So what he said was, I'd like to stop the killing of innocent people by the Palestinians or Israelis by calling an end to the vicious U.S.-supported Israeli occupation. This is what this leftist said. This is just what he said. The violent resistance to oppression is the desperate language of an occupied people, end quote. So I don't know if y'all are hearing, this seems to justify what terrorists are doing. I mean, it almost falls in line with his socialist Marxist ideology. So, I mean, but you've outdone yourself with likening America to Hamas. Like you're out there, buddy. You are super out there. And unfortunately, people look up to you, and you've had the opportunity to influence the minds of young people, which is a damn shame. Somebody should told him to sit his. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it right there. We're gonna go to the next story. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I don't know how y'all support these people, especially in the black community. I don't know how you can support Cornel West and look at him like he's some type of intellectual authority. I just don't understand it for the life of me. But we'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back with our next story. Stay here, top of the morning.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the internet. Of course, you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or you're over on Twitter watching. We appreciate that. Make sure to hit the like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, gas apparently is on the horizon to go up again. All right, not according to us. Not according to us, but with this conflict going on, apparently this is what we're going to have to deal with, folks. I mean, this is the repercussion of geopolitical strife. This is what happens. And it begs the question, would we be going through this had Joe Biden not won? This is just the question. But let's listen to this real quick, and then we'll come right back.
From House Energy, Congressman Kelly Armstrong. Congressman, it's good to have you on. You heard Phil Flynn's report. Are you worried geopolitical tensions will spike across the Mideast?
Well, absolutely. Israel is going to be in a ground war in Gaza tomorrow, and we absolutely should put sanctions on Iran, and we should be doing everything we can to help the only democracy in the Middle East and our closest ally, but it's going to come at a cost. Natural gas prices in Europe were up 14% today. Oil's up, WTI is up to 84.50, Brent's at 88 at a time when energy is already driving most of the inflation that Americans are feeling. And now we have an absolute conflict in the Middle East after the terrorist attack by Hamas on Israel. So and to top it all off, we have 17 days worth of supply in the strategic oil reserve because the
We're not going to let that just slide by right there. Okay. Let's not let that slide by what he just said. We have 17 days in the strategic reserves, okay? Biden and his administration have completely depleted these reserves. 17 days in the strategic reserve. So get ready to tighten your wallets up a little bit, all right? Tighten the belts up a little bit. Things are going to tighten up a little bit, and they're going to have to. They're going to have to. But this is just a total case of mismanagement. There's no other way. There is another way. This is either sheer 100% stupidity, ineptness, just sheer, I don't know, the highest level of stupidity you could imagine. I don't even have enough adjectives at the moment for it. But it's either that or this is purposeful. That's the only thing one can think, that this is being done on purpose. 17 days in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Okay. Let me let him finish talking. I didn't want him to glance fly by that like that.
The Biden administration has drawn it down off. We have 17 days worth of supply in the strategic oil reserve because the Biden administration has drawn it down for political reasons.
So they drained it, right? So just 17 days is about half the historical average of 33 days. I mean, so is there any worse time to have an historically low and depleted strategic reserve right now?
No, absolutely not. And we've been saying this on the Republicans on the Energy and Commerce Committee have been screaming about this forever because there's more to it. The salt caverns in which they store this oil in need to be repaired and replaced. It's now, when you've drained it to the point it is, there are parts of that aren't even going to be able to use, although I don't know what oil we'd use to fill it. They stopped drilling in North Dakota on federal leases. We've had all of the different problems that have existed under this administration. But at a time when our closest ally in the Middle East really needs our help, Americans are going to see a shock to their energy prices, and you can take it all back to the Biden administration.
So the world's largest oil producers are at war.
All right, well, I mean, I don't even think there's much commentary necessary on that at that point, right? At that point, what am I supposed to add to that? So it's going to be a little tight this Christmas. Things are going to start to tighten up, and we're going to all have to tighten our belts, as it were, a little bit. But don't forget who bears the responsibility for the current situation. It's important because and I know a lot of us that listen, a lot of you guys are conservatives already, but this isn't about us. This is about the people on the other side of the aisle, if you will, or that are not really understanding how supporting certain candidates will lead to decisions that will essentially end us up screwed. We're going to end up screwed here if we don't get the right people elected in 24. If we have a Democrat president in 2024, it is down. It's all over. It's goodbye. You will not see in America like you've seen it. You won't. You just won't. It's not possible because these people are hell bent on destroying the country. It's just literally that simple. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is not something we're making up. This is just an observation, an objective observation that the policy agenda of this particular group of people is remaking America in their image, in their idea, their Marxist utopia with some adjustments from the new stuff. So definitely keep our eye on this as this, the crisis in Israel and the war, the war on the ground over there unfolds. We'll keep our eye on it. We got one more thing to cover this morning. We'll be right back on top of the morning after this quick commercial break. Don't go nowhere.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the last little thing I wanted to cover this morning. And I don't know if I named it. Okay, I put candidates drop out of the race. Okay, cool. I I said Hurd was a turd, and I I thought that was a bit disrespectful. So I don't think I named it that. But listen, he's out. He's out of the race. Right? He's out. Guy's out. Right? Couple now the interesting thing about him being out, former Representative Will Hurd, Republican Texas, okay, suspended his 2024 presidential campaign yesterday. Okay. And then he turned around and endorsed UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, praising her as the one person to defeat former President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. See, now, Will, here's the issue, bro. This is a demonstration in being delusional, right? Let's call it what it is. This is a demonstration in being delusional, bro. Hey, Will, have you or anybody on your team taken a look at anybody polls, all of the polls, some of the polls at all? Now, am I suggesting you pick a candidate based on the polls? No, that's not what I'm suggesting, bro. Here's what I'm suggesting. Listen here. If you look at the polls, and I'm not even going to take the time right now to do it, but what I'm going to say is, who's in double digits? That's what I'm going to ask. Okay. Now, if I need to pull up the polls, but I don't think I do, because I think Donald Trump is at least 2 times what Nikki Haley has in the polls. Now, I almost want to pull them up. Yeah, I'm going to have to. We're going to have to, because I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't do it. I can't do it. This is not going to work. So we have the 538 polls. Okay, so what do we got here? Who's ahead? All right, I have to share this tab. Okay. You see it. I'm just let it sit there. I'm gonna let it sit there. I'm not even going to read this to y'all. I'm just gonna let it sit there quiet. Let me go like that. You go like that. All right. Okay. All right. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about, man? Now, let's take the name Trump off of there and just put somebody has 58.7%. For all of those who are non-Trump people, who don't like Trump, who can't stand Trump, right? Erase the name Trump. Wish I could put a block over that. Just somebody has 58.7, And the next closest person has 13. You're going to say Haley can beat Biden. Haley can't beat Ramaswamy. She can't beat DeSantis. And she's, I don't know, what is that? 6. Trump's got 6 times that. So I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So of course he's gonna drop out of the race, but he's not the only one. You know, he's not the only one. I believe who was it else that dropped out? There was somebody else that dropped out. Suarez dropped out. Yeah, there he is right there. Suarez, he's out of here too. So I don't know who he threw his support behind, but so now we're down to just Hutchison, Scott, Christie. I mean, and you guys got to imagine this is a matter of time before everybody going, all right, where is this going? Like you've got to imagine that's the situation, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I'm a realist. Maybe there's a point where you say enough is enough. I'm getting a thorough trouncing. Like I'm getting my, as they say, my ass handed to me. Is that I don't know I don't have another frame of reference for that. I don't have another phrase for that one. I'm getting my ass handed to me. So, you know, and then what do you do? Debate this guy? You're gonna who's gonna go out there and debate this guy? I mean, DeSantis. I'd love to see DeSantis and Trump debate. I'd love to see that. Just to see DeSantis tremble and having to not be able to do his Trump impression because he can't do it because the real guy's there. I'd love to see that. And listen, I don't have a bad feeling about DeSantis. I don't have anything bad to say about him. You know, I just don't see how this works with people, like on a psychological level, where you can have someone who did the best job and nobody likes him, or some people, let's say you can have a guy who did the best job and some people don't like him. And because some people don't like him, even though he did the best job, y'all go, well, we can't support him because, you know, he's not liked. When did you have to like somebody? I never understood when the idea that somebody had to like came into the equation, you know? Shouts out to Low Country Brooklyn. What's good? So the idea is this, right? It's quite simple. Expect other people to drop out of the race. I mean, why wouldn't they? It's at this point, unless it's just a money grab for you and you got a campaign and you're gonna close out the campaign and kick your cousins some money of which you'll get some back. Yeah, unless you're running the old run it up the budget, you know, get to the bag operation. Unless you're doing that, you know, I think it's time. I personally think it's time. Like this is just creating a lot of confusion. You know, and you know, I don't know who you guys think is going to be. Let's say you have a clearly a Trump gets nominated. Trump's the Republican candidate. Who do you think he chooses for a vice president? Who do you think he gets? And then how fast? All right, and this is, and I'll stop here, but I'm just curious. How fast do you think people get in line geopolitically if Trump wins? How fast do you think things around this planet change with Donald Trump in the White House and the people that he brings to the table to get shit done? How many of you guys think that? Like, how fast do you think it'll take? Because I know he's not playing games with any of them people over there in Iran. He wasn't playing no games with anybody nowhere. Y'all all have heard the clips. We've never, let me not say never. We've had some pretty brash presidents, right? But that New York there's something about that New York that hit a little different, man. In the presidency, man, it hit a little different. You're not gonna intimidate this guy. You know, you can't buy the guy who has everything. So, you know, it'll be interesting. Again, we got some candidates dropping out of the race. And, you know, rightfully so. Good try, folks. You know, good job. You gave it a shot. You know, and it's the American way. You give it a shot, you know. My opinion, if I was in your group, I'd have been like, bro, I don't understand. Like, I'm just a realist. Like, bro, I'm the guy in the crew that's like, I mean, I understand you could do it. Anybody could technically do it, but then there's a level of like, yo, how serious you think you like? What have you done recently? Like, what is your political? You can't get off the couch and be president, bro. That don't work like that. Really, really don't work like that. Hold on, I'm reading this while we got this last 3 minutes. Let's talk about Slowbama's official statement from yesterday. Slowbama, I'm done. From yesterday, dude who flowed Iran pallets of guap is now saying boo Hamas. Make it make sense. Well, you can't. And here's the other question, right? How is it you can send Iran billions of dollars and then go, well, that had nothing to do with Hamas getting this attack? It had nothing to do with it. No, we sent the money to Iran, and Iran is just, they're good actors. Iran, you guys sent money, Biden and them, to Iran. Let me get this straight. Y'all sent guap to Iran. Y'all sent bread to Iran. Y'all know for a fact Hamas is a proxy. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not even geopolitical specialist, and I know this from just like history, like basic geopolitical understanding of who's who in these groups over the last 25 years. Clearly, Hamas is a proxy for Iran. Like, obviously, I don't even need the military clearance to know that. Now y'all know that. So what you mean y'all sent Iran money into? What you mean y'all left the weapons in Afghanistan and there's no way any of those? What? Like, who do you think people are? Like, do you think we're that stupid? So to answer my own question, yes, they obviously think we're that stupid. Where you could say to us, like, you could say something like, well, we only left 45,000 guns and some tanks and stuff. How is that going to be used to, So wait a minute. Wait. We're supposed to believe that these are the same people that did this high-level 9/11 thing. They did all of this stuff, but somehow they're not going to be able to maintain weapons. They're not going to be able to maintain the weapons that you left there because they're just, cave-dwelling people inside of a cave. Whoop-de-doo. And we're supposed to believe that. What's crazy is some people do. Some people actually believe this. And the sad part about it is, if you need more of a demonstration about this being a terror group, just take your ass on Instagram, take your ass on all of the social media, and look what they doing to these babies. They putting babies in cages, not metaphorically. This is not a simile. This is not made up. They're taking the babies and holding these innocent babies, and like, come on. You have to destroy these people. There's no way. You have to destroy these people. These people have to be like, there's evil in the world, and these people are that. There's no way. You're gonna then have to, because what you're gonna have to do for me is show me the reverse where this was happening. Okay, if your idea of this is that somehow, if you're in your mind, if somehow you think Hamas is justified, if you can form a neuron in your mind to come to that conclusion, right? Show me where the Israelis have kids and these Palestinian babies in cages and bombing on them every day and doing. Show me that, and you can't. You can't show it. You know why? Because these people don't have the same agenda as these Islamic extremists. I'm Muslim. I don't agree with none of that. I think, okay, so I'm going to leave it here because this might get a little contentious. We don't need anybody doing the crazy stuff they book tell them to do. We don't need y'all doing that. We don't need you, sir. I don't need you to go into Leviticus and follow every single thing in Leviticus. I don't need you to do that because it's going to create a very uncomfortable environment in reality for your life. Just think about that. We've all adjusted our belief systems around the things that are reasonable and logical. Like, hey, this makes sense. Do unto others and thou shalt not, and the whoop-de-whoop. How you do all of that? I'm with all of that. Your wife is to not enter the premises upon the 4th day of the... Yo, son, chill. So you doing too much. You doing way too much. Not gonna work. Ain't gonna fly. Now, what I'm saying is simply that there's one side of this who are extreme, and their ideas are not conducive with anybody else living peacefully on the damn planet. The guys in Hamas, their idea, their reality, their paradigm is not cohesive with the rest of us living out our lives. It ain't conducive. It ain't gonna work. They want death to everything. You can't live with people who want death for everybody and everything. It ain't gonna work. You don't let them people get no nuclear. You don't even let them get no oil. You damn near, listen, I'm gonna stop because it's, we at the 32-minute mark. It's top of the morning. Y'all don't need to start the day like this. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave it there. We're going to keep our eyes on what's going on out there. And we are going to continue to pray for the families of the people over there that are, suffering from this. It is absolutely despicable what this group has done. It's an unfortunate loss of life for all of the innocent people who have absolutely nothing to do with the absolutely psychotic ideas of this terrorist group. It's unfortunate. We will continue to pray for those people. We will keep you updated, as things unfold over there. And again, we appreciate you tuning in the top of the morning, best 30-minute morning show, sometimes a little over 30 minutes, but best 30-minute morning show on the internet. Shouts out to my twin brother, Dual Ali. Everybody that supports what we do here at the Urban Conservative, visit the website, tuconservative.com. Also, if you want to support us on Cash App, throw us a couple of bucks, keep the lights on, keep us doing what we're doing. It is $TU Conservative. And that's what you can do. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow morning, bright and early for top of the morning. For my twin brother, Dual Ali, I'm Raheem Architect Soto. Peace and love, folks. Enjoy your day.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.